and Eswatini. Day 6 of the COSAFA Cup is another decisive and another divisive day. And Madagascar got their COSAFA Cup campaigns off to the perfect start. Can they follow that one up with another victory against Eswatini? An Eswatini side that will be dressed in that strikingly bold blue kit that you see before you. It's a match between two dark horses, this one in the group that some have forgotten about. And this serves as a reminder that these two are chasing a semi-final place, and Eswatini are making their 2025 COSAFA Cup debuts. So it will be interesting to see how they introduce themselves to the competition and how they announce their arrival to all the other teams in this competition. And they are being led out by their coach, Logarusic Zdravko. It's a high-stakes environment for many of these youngsters. Some more experienced players have been called back into the fold. It's a clash that could decide the winner of this three-nation group. Remember, Group C comprises of 3 nations, Group D as well, whereas Group A and Group B are contested between 4 teams.
You've got 3 points, and you get 3 points, you are through. How important is it to win today?
Donc un gros match pour vous aujourd'hui. Vous avez déjà 3 points. Si vous gagnez 3 points, vous êtes qualifié en demi-finale. À quel point ce match est important pour l'équipe?
Bah oui, comme vous avez dit, c'est vraiment très important pour nous. Mais ce ne sera pas facile parce que je connais très bien l'équipe de Eswatini pendant les éliminatoires de la CHAN. Donc ce sera un gros match. Donc c'est l'équipe qui veut gagner qui va gagner aujourd'hui. Nous, c'est vraiment que notre objectif, c'est d'être qualifié en demi-finale. Mais il faut jouer d'abord. Il faut se battre sur le terrain pour gagner ces 3 points.
So our goal today is to win, of course, for 3 points. And like you said, yes, it will be a very big match and a tough one for Madagascar. I know very well this team of Eswatini. We played against them twice in the CHAN, qualifying CHAN, and I know it will be very difficult against them. I believe in our team, but today is a team who wanted the most who will win. There's no secret.
And looking at the history between Madagascar and Eswatini in this tournament, Eswatini has won 3 games, 2 draws. Will that play any effect today?
Au niveau psychologie, l'Eswatini a gagné 3 fois contre Madagascar dans ce tournoi. Il a fait 2 matchs nuls. Est-ce que ça peut jouer un peu dans la balance?
Moi, je pense que c'est on passe pas à ça, même pour les joueurs. C'est vrai qu'ils ont nous battu à Maurice pour le match retour, mais c'est 2 compétitions différentes. Donc, parce que déjà 6 mois, le football change vite et l'équipe à cette époque-là, c'est pas la même. Donc, ça va changer beaucoup de choses. Mais nous, on est là pour jouer, pour aller plus loin. Donc, il faut être à 200% aujourd'hui pour gagner ce match-là.
Okay, we must be 200% to win this match. You know, in football, things goes very, very fast. And you're talking about this psychological aspect, and it's true, but I think that it's not the same team today that Madagascar will showcase on the pitch. Things have changed. We can, you know, that Mauritius beat Eswatini as well. So why we can't beat them as well?
Coach, can you expect any changes today after the previous match?
Quelques changements dans l'effectif comparé au dernier match?
Non. Nous avons gardé notre 11 du départ pour le moment. Donc pendant tout le match, on verra. Mais on ne change pas l'équipe qui gagne pour le moment, mais tactiquement aussi. Tactiquement, on verra.
No, it's the same team that played against Zambia. Because I don't believe we need to change a team that is always winning. Maybe during the game, some players will have to play during our changes, but it's the same team, but different tactic.
Merci, coach, and bonne chance.
Thank you.
And we're now joined by coach of Eswatini, coach Zdravko Logarusic. Coach, first game of the tournament, Eswatini is playing against Madagascar. What can we expect?
What I can expect? This is a new story, new chapter, and everything is possible in this game. What's happened before. Now it's a new tournament, new game, new story. We hope we prepared well, and let's see how things will go.
Madagascar won their first match, and there are 3 teams in the group. So if they win today, it means the group is over. How much will you fight to ensure that it doesn't happen?
Our job is to play under pressure and to work under pressure, and we have to hold the pressure. Let us play the game. After 90 minutes, we're going to talk about it.
Coach, looking at the history of Madagascar and Eswatini, you've won 3 games, drawn 2 and lost 1. Will that play any effect today?
I just forgot all of those things, what happened before. Now I'm just focused for the future.
And how ready is the team today for the match?
We were born ready.
Thank you, Coach, and all the best.
It's my pleasure.
Well, the coach of Madagascar said it perfectly. Whoever wants it most will win this match. Zdravko Lokarusic, adamant that his players are born for this moment, for this match, right here between Madagascar and Eswatini. And we are live from the Dr. Petrus Molemela Stadium in the beautiful city of roses, that is Bloemfontein. And this is the equation for the match. If Madagascar win, they will become COSAFA Cup semi-finalists this year. However, Eswatini only just enter the picture, and they intend to throw a spanner or 2 in the works. They need to win, or they need to at least deny Madagascar from winning in order to keep their COSAFA Cup dreams alive. And it's only just begun. The Islanders certainly have the advantage. They have the momentum on their side, but Eswatini enter this competition fresh, having seen every single nation go about their business. Every single nation except Botswana. And today is Madagascar's turn to announce their arrival at this year's competition. We saw some entertaining bouts yesterday at this very stadium, and hopefully today that trend continues right here at the rather intimate and colourful Dr. Petrus Molemela Stadium.
Let's welcome the national teams of Madagascar and Eswatini.
The strong contenders have emerged in all of the other groups, but this could be the first group that's wrapped up. If Madagascar can, of course, replicate the Tanzanian result. The men from the 31 million people island nation could become one of the most famous surprise packages in recent times. They could do so, but it all depends on this impending performance. For now, nobody knows who the semi-finalists will be, but it could easily be one of these 2. So it will serve the other teams well to watch and take notes on the winner of this matchup between Madagascar and the players of the Eswatini Kings Shield. Dressed in blue, Madagascar in green with the Red Sox this afternoon for this 3 p.m. clash, this high-stakes clash in Group C. And before we delve into this matter, it's time for these 2 starting 11s, as well as all the players on the bench, to sing the national anthems.
And now, a national anthem of Eswatini.
These two may have tussled in the Chan qualification tournament, but this is a different kind of challenge, a COSAFA Cup challenge. It's the perfect match to start the day off, to kick off the week and day 6 of the 2025 COSAFA Cup. With each passing day, the football is getting better, the stakes are getting higher, and we are getting closer and closer to the closing stages. And we've seen a handful of teams not changing their starting 11s. Madagascar have followed suit. Toldo still wears the gloves. Claude Ratsimbazafi and Rantri Anarini marshal the Madagascar defense. Rako Toson has an important role to play in the midfield together with Nomena, as well as their captain, Aro Hasina. And Raza Fimaro leads the Madagascan line, while Cristiano Razafimanana wears the number 7. And yes, Madagascar have a CR7. Godfrey and Kakaranga of Malawi takes charge of this very important clash in Group C. As I said, it could be the deciding match in Group C if Madagascar are to win, considering that they already defeated a tough and tricky Tanzanian team. But this is Eswatini's arrival match in this year's COSAFA Cup. So it's a mystery as to how they will go under the stewardship of Zdravko Lokarusic. And this is Eswatini's first 11 of the competition. Their first 11 that includes Mabuza, the ever-dangerous Justice Figueiredo, Sainzo Dlamini, Andy Jr., together with Junior Sikonze in the midfield. Twala is a really good player on the left-hand side that's got really good energy. And Dlamini, of course, marshals the troops from between his goalposts. Mabelesa, as well as Ndukozempi, have an important role to play at the heart of that Eswatini defense. They are always a tough nut to crack. So will that be the case this afternoon? Njoroge, as well as Miss Rivets, are in charge of the VAR station for this afternoon's clash. We saw a number of VAR interventions in the early stages of the competition in match day 1, not so much in match day 2. This being day 6 of the riveting 2025 COSAFA Cup. And you could say it's a Monday of football madness that we are all in store for. But before we get to the matter of Comoros versus Botswana, this Madagascar-Eswatini clash is a must-see. And it will be the Madagascans that will be kicking this one off, playing from left to right, Eswatini receiving them in all royal blue. Yesterday we came to the Dr. Petrus Molimela Stadium for the first time during this COSAFA Cup, and we were given a 4-goal and goal-in show. And in the 3 p.m. kickoff, a clash of styles and a scoreless stalemate between Namibia and Malawi. And one can only wonder what these two have to offer this afternoon in the 3-nation group that is Group C. The second match in Group C gets underway between Madagascar and Eswatini, and it is, as always, a pleasure to keep you company wherever you are watching from. Finding out who regional dominance, who the tag of COSAFA Cup champions will belong to come Sunday afternoon. For now, we just embrace the mystery. One of them being Group C. Madagascar currently on top of the group with 3 points. Eswatini opening their accounts today. And Tanzania watching by, urging on Eswatini to at least get a positive result against the Madagascans. If the men in green win, it will spell the end of the tournament for both Eswatini and Tanzania, and it would mean their match on Wednesday afternoon would be a dead rubber. So Madagascar playing this match like it's a quarter-final. Same applies to Eswatini. The men in blue are a closed book that Madagascar have not yet been able to fully comprehend. Can they find the answers to this riddle very quickly, or will Eswatini be an unsolvable problem for Felix Rakotondrabe's troops? Here's Rijani Aina. Nicholas Rijani Aina starting on the left-hand side for Madagascar. No changes made to that team. The coaching staff sticking to a tried and trusted system that worked against Tanzania. And this year's COSAFA Cup show has not been a goal-ridden show. It's been a showcase of teams fighting to stay in games. A showcase of spirit, of togetherness, because there's quite a lot to play for. The pride and the prize is at stake. It's not a great header. It's picked up on by Tantali. Madagascar trying to impose themselves on Eswatini. Here's Cristiano. Dashes beyond on the right-hand side. Good delivery from Madagascar's number 7. Justice Figueiredo tries to scrap it away. Rocky starts for the men in blue. That's a speculative attempt. Lacked the curve and the bend that it required, but it was a worthy go. Curved the other way instead of swerving inwards. But it traveled. Boy, did it travel. Here's Twala for Eswatini. His input will be very crucial, both in the defensive and the attacking phase for the King's Shield this afternoon. As will their contribution, as will the contribution be of their captain, should I say, Andy Jr. Nkonto. Tabo. Twala.
That's all right, well done. In the space, hey, 3 strikers, not in the line. Hey, strikers, in the space.
And that's the voice of Zdravko Lokarusic, who, as you can hear by the sound of his name and the sound of his voice, maybe a Croatian.
Get the ball,
Logarusic has lent his expertise to the Croatian domestic league, the Ghanaian and Kenyan domestic leagues, and he's the former coach of Zimbabwe. So the experienced Croatian coach of Eswatini is no stranger to the intricacies of African football. And he set up a really good team that have just won a corner kick. Did make a few saves the other night, did Toldo, Ramandim Basua. And he'll hope to have a relatively quiet afternoon. It's not going to be an easy task against Eswatini. Junior Sikonze lays it off to his captain, who hangs it up there towards the far post. Dangerous delivery, danger still present. Danger cleared by Cristiano Razafi Manana. So back-to-back corners now for the King's Shield. Slightly worrisome moments there for Madagascar. Chance again. Really great delivery into the box. It was met nicely. It wasn't really controlled. It wasn't steered goalwards. It's a massive golden opportunity for Eswatini. And what a statement that would have been to announce their arrival in Bloemfontein. Chance falling to Nduko Zempi, the centre half of Eswatini. But that's a warning to Madagascar. Eswatini carry a threat from the set piece, from deliveries into the box. And Nduko Zempi would really want to make his way up for another corner kick to rewrite the wrongs. And they work it nicely down the right-hand side. Mabuza avails himself. Waits for support. It's drilled into the box towards Junior Sikonze, but it denied, or he was denied the opportunity to latch on by Claude Ratsimbazafi, who allows Madagascar to get forwards now. Here's Justice Figueiredo. Had a decent campaign with Richards Bay this past club season. Recognizable name to those that enjoy the local Premier Soccer League, the Betway Premiership. And there's just over 1 million people that reside in Eswatini, and these men are their finest talents. The men that hope to give their supporters from here to Babane something special to shout about. And they nearly had it with that corner opportunity that wasn't taken by Nduko Zempi. Junior Sikonze. Not a bad ball. Well, he saw a slight moment of opportunity. Did Nkonto Tabo, and he decided, why not? I'm going to have a crack at it. He's going to take something miraculous, something truly out of this world. But Eswatini are definitely energetic. They may not have had the advantage of playing already, getting the combinations going, of really discovering what they intend to do at this year's COSAFA Cup, but they have started with energy this afternoon, which is very impressive considering the colder conditions that's present. Rantriani, Rina. There's Nicholas. To Johnny Aina. Eswatini are going to be as stubborn as they can in the defensive third. Madagascar did show their teeth against Tanzania, albeit that they just scored the 1 goal. That's kept in delightfully. He goes to ground there, the defender, and it's a rightful free kick to Madagascar. Senzo Dlamini just clipping the ball with his arm when he went down. That's one way to stop the striker from an avenue through. And he was beaten, not illegally, by pure skill and determination. So he's got to realize the threat of Madagascar on that right-hand side with Tantali and Toki Niana. Presents a real chance to Madagascar. Can they take it? Delivery put into the box. Mabelesa gets it out. Nomena. These 10 minutes have breezed by. And they're starting to get used to one another. Here's Cristiano for Madagascar. He's going to have a go. And he doesn't get it all too wrong. There's an ambition, an audaciousness about Madagascar at this year's COSAFA Cup. Sweet footwork from Cristiano Razafi Manana to shift it beyond the defender, to take it upon himself and take on the strike. There's Figueiredo. That's delightful. He plays a lot closer to the opposition's box for his club than he does for his country, clearly. In a midfield role this afternoon is Justice Figueiredo. Has been a forward for Richards Bay that works well, works tirelessly for the team. So a midfield role, in a sense, suits him. Charge down. And then Dukozempi takes a hard touch, a heavy touch, but he slides to retrieve possession for Eswatini. Konto, he's also charged down. It's a group match, but it has the feel of a quarter-final. And there was no warm-up match of any kind in this year's 2025 COSAFA Cup for these two nations, considering that it's only a three-nation group, this one. It's given away. Eswatini have a chance here. 6s and 7s at the back on Madagascar. Heavy touch from Andy Jr. lets the move down, but they nick it back. Twala is going to have a go. His attempt is blocked. It's deflected. Madagascar can't clear their lines. Another shot towards goal from Andy Jr. is easily blocked. Figueiredo makes it look easy. Goes to his captain again, who filters one through. Chance for Eswatini. Chance taken. Or so we thought. Mabuza stuck that one away. And then it took him a while. It took the linesman quite some time to raise his flag. Emphatic finish. And the coach is just clarifying whether they're checking that goal or not. From the naked eye vantage point, it did look as if Mabuza was drifting offside. But VAR will just double check. Great finish though. And it all started from a Madagascan mistake that afforded that opportunity for Eswatini, for Mabuza. And there we have certainty and clarity. No goal for Eswatini, no goal for Mabuza. And this affair is still 0-0. Letov already opened their accounts against Tanzania, yet to concede at this year's event on Madagascar, and that record still stands for now. Nomena puts it into the box. It's easily met by Mabelesa. Here's Rakotoson. Madagascar have another free kick. Madagascar did only need and only scored the one goal that sunk Tanzania. They were persistently knocking on the door before finding their much-desired breakthrough through some individual brilliance, might I add, by Toki. They did well to fend off Tanzania for most of the match, who got better as the tie went on. But Eswatini present a different kind of challenge for Madagascar. Arohasina is occupying two Eswatini players. And he's occupying the front post. It's up towards their captain, but Twala meets it effortlessly. Strike is skywards. An impossible feat to try and pull off with players charging at your position like that. And this one does have the feel that free kicks might be the deciding factor. Corner kicks, opportunities, dead ball opportunities might be the deciding factors in this match. It's tight so far, but it's opened up for Madagascar. Disappointing ball that was from Nomena Lelena. It's good to see that the sun has come out. Figueiredo. They are constantly receiving instructions being barked from the sidelines from the Croatian Zdravko Lokarusic. And they are listening. Figueiredo shows his touch with a wonderful ball. That's a great cross to Twala, who was on the way down. Difficult header to pull off for the lefty, for the fullback, for Eswatini's number 3 that found himself in a number 9 position. That's exactly where you want to be. As a finisher, as a poacher. Maybe it was better suited to take it on with the instep, with the volley. 1/2 chance for Eswatini in this game. One very good opportunity and one offside. But it's really turning out to be an interesting tussle so far. Both teams realize that there is a lot at stake and there's plenty of individual battles scattered around all along the park. Cristiano nicks the ball back for Madagascar again. He's so good in poaching possession before leading the attack for Madagascar. Nicholas Rijani Aina in charge of this throw-in for Madagascar. And he's got a long run up. And he chucks it in there, in the 6-yard box. Thumped away by Junior Sikonze. Only as far as Tantali. Nomena. Croatian coach asking his Eswatini players for more pressure. There's the pressure and it's telling. From Mkonto. It's not just the pressure, it's the quick footwork, it's the speed as well. As he runs down the line, but all of that means nothing now because it was stolen right back by Rijani Aina. Seems like Eswatini are trying to flood the middle of the park. So you could see the fullbacks playing an inverted role, which means less space for the Madagascar midfielders. And it could mean more creativity from the Madagascar midfielders as they try and solve this problem. Andy Junior. Clever ball from Junior. His teammate, though, offside. It's Masangane.
Very good feeling, eh?
Miles offside. Due to Eswatini only playing their first COSAFA Cup match in Bloemfontein this afternoon, 6 days into the competition. It's worth a note that Eswatini's last COSAFA Cup outing was a group match against hosts South Africa last year in Nelson Mandela Bay. A group match they lost. A group match that sealed their fate and denied them entry into the Final Four stage. Remember last year there was a slightly different tournament format. This time around, this year in the City of Roses, you have to win your group in order to be part of that grouping of 4, the Final Four. And so far, with 20 minutes on the clock, Eswatini have had the ball in the back of the net. But the flag was raised, chalked off, not counting. And they're forced to do it from square one yet again. And Madagascar have also played some good bits of football. No foul, or initially so. The referee took his time, ran through the scene again in his mind and decided it was just to give a free kick to Madagascar. High foot, it was brave from Nicholas Rijani Aina to put his head there.
You must see the goal when you make run.
It's a free kick chance. It's a free kick chance from a long way out for Madagascar, who were efficient in the first half against Tanzania, yet to be so against Eswatini. That could change in a moment. It's easy pickings again for Eswatini. They've dealt with those deliveries into their box competently and confidently. Dukuzempi gets Eswatini moving in a forwards direction. This looks promising. Mkonto has taken his time here. Gets away with it, finds a really good ball to Junior Sikonze in the end. Tees up his captain, who skies his attempt. They're opening Madagascar up. They've done so twice or thrice before. And he just didn't get over that one. Did Andy Jr.? One chance from the corner kick, another chance from the edge of the box. Eswatini, without doubt, producing and possessing the better quality of chances in this first half so far. Nicholas clips it up to Toki. Nicholas Rijaniena, he does well. Madagascar do well to move it through the lines, and it's a training drill for Dlamini. Haven't seen too much influence from Toki Niena so far. Quite a bit from Mabuza. The other nation set up in this group, Tanzania, will very much be hoping that Eswatini defeats Madagascar today. A draw in this match would be enough to send the East Africans back home, so they need Eswatini to win. And that would mean that Madagascar have 3 points, Eswatini have 3 points, and Tanzania have 0 points before they tussle with Eswatini on Wednesday afternoon. So they are just cheering for one result, hoping for one result in order to keep their competition hopes alive. But Eswatini would be encouraged with the nature of their start. Madagascar as well. The statistics at halftime are going to be an interesting look-see. Will have absolutely no bearing, or it might, on the approach in the second half. As Cristiano takes it comfortably in the midfield. There are gaps there, and Madagascar are starting to find them. Razafimaro. Still Razafimaro. This time it's his turn to deliver, and he delivers a good one. Huge moment this is for Madagascar. The chance is snuffed out by Eswatini. Snuffed out by the goalkeeper, Dlamini, and Mabelesa. They shut down the space with haste. And the window of opportunity shut in the face of Razafimaro and Toki. Here's Twala. Not the most pleasant conditions underfoot. Some parts softer than others, grassier than others. Some parts it has the texture of a cricket pitch. But we've seen good quality of football, carpet football from both Eswatini and Madagascar. They aren't simply just punting and hoping. Look at that. It's squeaky clean, possession-based from Eswatini so far. Matching Madagascar in that sense. Dukozempi goes long. It's a brilliant pass. It's a brilliant first touch from Umkonto. He still has it, sits the defender down, but bites back, does Nicholas Rajaniena. Thabo Umkonto to Dukozempi. So a lot of coaching going on from the sidelines by Zdravko Lukarusic, keeping his players on their toes, keeping them aware. But the Madagascans are doing that already for them. Mkonto beats the other number 9. That's a lovely stab, a lovely touch from Twala. And then he falls to the turf, wanting some intervention from the referee, Godfrey and Kakananga, who just didn't oblige. But that touch was magnificent. He's done exceptionally well to keep that in, to breeze past Senzo Dlamini not for the first time in this match. Arohasina. Mabuza demonstrates his strength, his steel to hold the ball up. Junior Sikonze to his midfield partner in crime, Andy Junior, who has his pocket picked. It's an evenly matched contest so far, albeit that Eswatini have had the better chances. Madagascar well positioned to go through to the semi-finals. Eswatini well positioned to challenge them. Arohasina. It's a sloppy giveaway by Madagascar's captain. He won't pay any kind of price, though. For now, at least. Junior Sikonze. Good vision, poor defensive work by Radriani, who might be punished. Shot on target by Twala. Straight down the pipe, though, and straight down the throat of Toldo. Twala profiting off a defensive mistake from Radriani Rina, who read the play, just simply lost eyesight, didn't fully focus on the football. And with that, Eswatini produce another chance. Failed to grab another half chance. It has been 3 years since Madagascar threw their name in the hat and took part in the COSAFA Cup. The last time they did so was in 2022. And in that 2022 edition, they topped their group, went through to the quarterfinal stage in Umlazi, but they lost to the Brave Warriors of Namibia in the quarterfinals. No quarterfinal stage this time around in Bloemfontein. Semi-final or bust. Well, the goalkeeper doing ever so well to keep that in, to get back up on his feet. There's Justice Figueiredo fetching the ball for Eswatini. Twala, it's been all over for Eswatini this afternoon in this clash so far. That's a crunching challenge, a legal challenge by Junior Sikonze. Good strength from Senzo Dlamini this time around. It's been a tough start to the encounter for him on the right side. But he's growing used to the threat of Toki. Although you can never get too comfortable. Twala gets lucky. Justice Figueiredo lets himself down with a slightly loose pass. And we can see a few spectators filtering into the stadium. As the day goes on, there will be more and more fans entering this venue, one would think, but it is the start of the workday. It's the start of a new week, and conditions as well have played their part. So these two nations, these two teams need to find the energy within themselves.
Bravo. Hey, defensively, just stay there, okay? Defensively, just stay there between two.
And Eswatini did only lose once in the previous COSAFA Cup last year. And it was a critical loss at the hands of the South Africans. The King's Shield played out to draws against Mozambique and Botswana. And they were close, yet very far away from qualifying for the next stage last year. They could do so this year. And they would really believe they can if they defeat Madagascar. But it's still even Stevens so far. Another chance for Toki on the edge of the box. He had the runner off the ball, but decided to assume responsibility like he did against Tanzania by producing the opener in that match. Leaning backwards. And going missing for Madagascar so far. Possession stats. Eswatini owning it so far. Marginally, 53% to Madagascar's 47. But it's not how much of the ball you have, it's what you do with it. And so far, not a lot yet has been done, especially in the two penalty boxes. Junior Sikonze with a lucky nutmeg. Mabilisa. Sangane. Arohasina. Nomena for Madagascar. Razafimaro. Decided against crossing the ball into the box. The fullback, Nicholas Rajiana, will do so. Twala. That's a great ball from Twala, just to open up the play so much. And Justice Figueiredo is in a very advanced position on the football field. For the first time this afternoon, Justice Figueiredo with a nearly exquisite floated ball into the box. It was read by Nomena, though.
Get the ball, Figueiredo Junior. Get the ball.
Both these teams, as you can clearly see, have some enterprising ball players within their ranks. It's misjudged that time around by Nicholas Sikonze to Ndukozempi. Lovely touch from Twala once more. Can do no wrong for Eswatini so far. It was a real shame not to bear witness to Madagascar's barrier during the last two COSAFA Cup competitions in KZN and in the Eastern Cape. But for whatever reason, they couldn't enter, they couldn't compete. They are making up for that here. And they are doing more than just competing in Bloemfontein. Remember, a victory would equal semi-final passage for Madagascar. Eswatini standing in their way. There's Dlamini. Dukozempi has got company, gives it away, but his centre-half partner helps him out. Sangane, Mabuza, Sikonze over the top, met by Claude Ratsimbazafi. Madagascar trying to speeden things up. Razafimaro. Quickest to it is Nomena Lalena. Well, we've seen him launch it in before. This time he just plays it short. Nicholas Rijani Aina. Randriani Rina. Rakotoson. Arohasini. Nomena. Lelena. That looked very dangerous. The goalkeeper had no idea as to where that one might end up. I don't think he was completely aware of where his left post was and where the ball was heading and if it was dipping. May just be the match that will be decided by a spectacular. Not a lot of action in the respective boxes. Plenty of it in between the two penalty areas. Andy Jr. The passing accuracy has been right up there. Some of the movements have been exceptional. But no finishing product in this COSAFA Cup group brawl just yet. Throw-in taken quickly. Twala. Teases Nicholas Rajiana. And after all that, it means absolutely nothing. This is the COSAFA Cup. It is the finest display of Southern African football. You will be privy to a certain football style. With 5 minutes to go of this first half of this Group C clash between Madagascar and Eswatini. It's still all squares, still scoreless. And if one looks past all the times Madagascar failed to put up a team for the COSAFA Cup, you'll realize that they actually possess a really enterprising record, a really good record in this competition. There's the goal, though, for Madagascar. They didn't see that one coming. Out of the blue. Out of the blue, and Madagascar have soared to take the lead. And they've taken one huge step to a semi-final spot. Eswatini dejected. Madagascar over the moon. Worst time to concede, the best time to score. And it was a sumptuous finish, stolen back by their captain, Hassini. And a clever finish with the inside of the boot by Nomena Lalena, with a crucial goal for his country. The goal that might take Madagascar to the COSAFA Cup semi-final stage. Dlamini might have got a slight fingertip on it, but that was emphatic. It was a punishing finish from Nomena. And just like that, the complexion of this match changes. Eswatini's job becomes a whole lot harder. Andy Jr. Can they add to their lead before the break? Eswatini wouldn't want to capitulate. That's the goal they were looking for. That's the goal they were really wanting. Madagascar. Not the goal that Eswatini wanted to concede. Not the goal that Tanzania wanted Eswatini to concede. And for now, Madagascar sitting pretty as possible semi-finalists. But you wouldn't want to write the obituary of Eswatini too soon. Nomena, the goal scorer for Madagascar, took it exceptionally well. Not from a very favorable angle, but he stuck it away with so much belief and so much cold composure. And it all stemmed from an unforced error by Eswatini. You pay the price in this competition. Ball into the box, however, ball into Andy Jr. It's opened up for Twala, cracks the crossbar. That's what you call a spectacular attempt. One of the players of the first half has just produced a momentous strike, a gargantuan hit. And could you just imagine if that one burst the back of the net? Not to be though. Justice Figueiredo. Not with the same venom, not with the same power as Twala. Good contest in the box, and then it broke. It was a poor clearance. Twala gave that everything in his locker. The goalkeeper was beaten all day. Here's Figueiredo waiting for the runner. Ball towards the far post. Twala again, second time around. Blocked. 2 minutes to go, and it's going to be an entertaining end-off to this first half. Konto. Masangane. Eswatini trying to get back into this game before the break. Figueiredo let the ball run across his body. It probably wasn't the wiser thing to do, and it's a 3v3 situation here. Attack versus defense. Madagascar have a chance to double their advantage. He went for glory all by himself. And it was a very comfortable save for Dlamini. Just 1 more minute to go of this first half's play. Mabuza definitely wasn't on side. Justice Figueiredo wasn't on the same page. The COSAFA Cup hopes immediately, all of a sudden, hang in the balance. Eswatini are going to have to produce a heroic display in the second half if they can't snatch something here in the dying seconds. But that goal, that opening goal from Nomena Lalena has really filled Madagascar with so much belief that they really can go far in this competition, and they have sight now. They can smell the semi-finals from afar with 45 minutes to go. And after the first 45, Madagascar have claimed the all-important advantage after being mostly second best in this first half, considering that Eswatini produced the better chances. Eswatini also had the ball in the back of the net, but Mabuza was judged to have been in an offside position, and he was. But Madagascar have proven that they are serious contenders in this year's COSAFA Cup. Nomena Lalena offering up, coughing up the opener for Madagascar in really good fashion. Took that like the classy professional he is. And this is how it ends after the first 45. Madagascar 1, Eswatini 0. It's going to go down to the wire. This match and Group C, 6 goal attempts apiece. Only the one on target for Eswatini, which doesn't tell the full story. Possession nearly 50-50, but whatever the stats say, it doesn't matter. Madagascar 1, Eswatini 0, with the second half to come. Njoroge, as well as Miss Rivets, are in charge. The pride and the prize is at stake. It's not a great header. It's picked up on by Tantali. Madagascar trying to impose themselves on Eswatini. Here's Cristiano. Dashes beyond on the right-hand side. Good delivery from Madagascar's number 7. Justice Figueiredo tries to scrap it away. Rocky starts for the men in blue. That's a speculative attempt. Lacked the curve and the bend that it required, but it was a worthy go. Curved the other way instead of swerving inwards. And he'll hope to have a relatively quiet afternoon. It's not going to be an easy task against Eswatini Junior Sikonze lays it off to his captain, who hangs it up there towards the far post. Dangerous delivery. Danger still present. Danger cleared by Cristiano Razafi Manana. Slightly worrisome moments there for Madagascar. Chance again. Really great delivery into the box. It was met nicely to Madagascar. Can they take it? Delivery put into the box. Mabelesa gets it out. Nomena. These 10 minutes have breezed by. And they're starting to get used to one another. Here's Cristiano for Madagascar. He's going to have a go. And he doesn't get it all too wrong. Nomena. Nomena puts it into the box. It's easily met by Mabelesa. Here's Rakotoson. Madagascar have another free kick. Madagascar did only need and only scored the one goal that sunk Tanzania. They were persistently knocking on the door before finding their much desired breakthrough through some individual brilliance, might I add, by Toki. They did well to fend off Tanzania for most of the match, who got better as the tie went on. But Eswatini present a different kind of challenge for Madagascar. Arohasina is occupying two Eswatini players. And he's occupying the front post. It's up towards their captain, but Twala meets it effortlessly. Strike is skywards. An impossible feat to try and pull off with players charging at your position like that. And this one does have the feel. Disappointing ball that was from Nomena. Lelena. It's good to see that the sun has come out. Figueiredo. They are constantly receiving instructions being barked from the sidelines from the Croatian Zdravko Lokarusic. And they are listening. Figueiredo shows his touch with a wonderful ball. That's a great cross to Twala, who was on the way down. Difficult header to pull off for the lefty, for the fullback, for Eswatini's number 3 that found himself in a number 9 position. That's exactly where you want to be. As a finisher, as a poacher. Dukuzempi gets Eswatini moving in a forwards direction. This looks promising. Mkonto has taken his time here. Gets away with it, finds a really good ball to Junior Sikonze in the end. Tees up his captain, who skies his attempt. They're opening Madagascar up. They've done so twice or thrice before. And he just didn't get over that one. Did Andy Jr.? Eswatini, without doubt, producing and possessing the better quality of chances in this first half so far. Nicholas clips it up to Toki. Nicholas Rijaniena, he does well, Madagascar do well to move it through the lines, and it's a training drill for Dlamini. The statistics at halftime are going to be an interesting look-see. Will have absolutely no bearing or it might on the approach in the second half, as Cristiano takes it comfortably in the midfield. There are gaps there, and Madagascar are starting to find them. Razafimaro. Still Razafimaro. This time it's his turn to deliver, and he delivers a good one. Huge moment this is for Madagascar. The chance is snuffed out by Eswatini. Snuffed out by the goalkeeper, Dlamini and Mabelesa. They shut down the space with haste. And the window of opportunity shut in the face of Razafimaro. It's a sloppy giveaway by Madagascar's captain. He won't pay any kind of price, though. For now, at least. Junior Sikonze. Good vision, poor defensive work by Radriani, who might be punished. Shot on target by Twala. Straight down the pipe, though, and straight down the throat of Toldo. Twala profiting off a defensive mistake from Radriani Rina, who read the play. The King's Shield played out to draws against Mozambique and Botswana, and they were close, yet very far away from qualifying for the next stage last year. They could do so this year, and they would really believe they can if they defeat Madagascar. But it's still even Stevens so far. Another chance for Toki on the edge of the box. He had the runner off the ball, but decided to assume responsibility like he did against Tanzania by producing the opener in that match. And if one looks past all the times Madagascar failed to put up a team for the COSAFA Cup, you'll realize that they actually possess a really enterprising record, a really good record in this competition. There's the goal, though, for Madagascar. They didn't see that one coming. Out of the blue. Out of the blue, and Madagascar have soared to take the lead. Worst time to concede, the best time to score. And it was a sumptuous finish, stolen back by their captain, Aro Hassini. And a clever finish with the inside of the boot by Nomena Lalena, with a crucial goal for his country. The goal that might take Madagascar to the COSAFA Cup semi-final stage. You pay the price in this competition. Ball into the box, however. Ball into Andy Jr. It's opened up for Twala! Cracks the crossbar. That's what you call a spectacular attempt. Good contest in the box, and then it broke. It was a poor clearance. Twala gave that everything in his locker.
Latuma! Take your best shot with HollywoodBets in our universe of spectacular soccer action. Multiple opportunities to score are yours for the taking. With our max payout of 30 million rand, easy cash out options, in-play betting, and data-free site. Share your tips and selections with family and friends using our Share a Bet feature. Your betting adventure starts here. HollywoodBets, be in the game.
And we're back for the second half contest between Madagascar and Eswatini's King Shield, who conceded very late into the dying embers of that first half. The one goal stands between Madagascar and Eswatini as we approach the second half. A very important half of football, not only in this match, but in the whole context of Group C. The possible permutations of this match, if you didn't know, are quite clear. A win for Madagascar would spell the end of this group and the progression of Madagascar to the semi-finals. A draw would knock out Tanzania and still keep Eswatini in the running for top spots in this group. And a win for Eswatini would place them on 3 points together with Madagascar before the final round. Remember, this is the last group match of the competition for the Madagascans and the first for Eswatini. And changes will be called upon. Eswatini just need to keep doing what they were doing in the first half. Just simply be a little better, a little more productive in the Madagascan box. And they are going to make not one, but two changes. A double sub for the King Shield. Zinisa, Sabelo and Zinisa is the one, and Felix Badenhorst the other. So two changes to the Eswatini starting 11 that started this encounter off against Madagascar. All those two changes bring forth the much needed impact that they so desperately require. They're going to have to come from behind and do it the tough way, the hard way against Madagascar, who would have really wanted to score first, and so they did. And when they scored first against Tanzania the other night, they held on with all of their might, and they held on for all 3 points. Can they do so again this afternoon, but this time at the Dr. Petrus Molemela Stadium? Aro Hasina. Andy Jr. falls. Cristiano Raza Fimanana carries on for Madagascar, and then Eswatini eventually deal with the matter and knock it back off. Cristiano for a Dlamini goal kick. Here's Twala for the King Shield. Produced a ripper of a shot in the latter stages of the first half. And he was a good watch throughout it. Neat take by Senzo Dlamini. Justice Figueiredo. The flag bearer for Eswatini in South Africa's top flight. Junior Sekonze needs to be a little bit more active in this second stanza. Eswatini really needs someone to come to the fore. Maybe a mistake from Madagascar. Yes, Justice Figueiredo. Might it be him? He ventures into the box, tries to stab it to Senzo Dlamini, but he lost his footing, he lost his balance to Justice Figueiredo. Senzo Dlamini did a lot of defensive work in the first half, and he needs to get up a little bit closer to Justice Figueiredo and Andy Jr. just to supply another option, another number in the attack. There's also been a change of captaincy for Eswatini, if you haven't picked up on that already. Zinisa wearing the captain's armband, also leading the line for the King's Shield. And if they are going to go out, they will go out on their shields, will Eswatini. Not going to make this matter easy, not going to make it easy for Madagascar to simply stroll into the semi-finals. Here's Aro Hasina. Decent ball from Hasina. Senzo Dlamini was wiser to it. And dug Eswatini out of a deep hole there. Figueiredo is going to go on a run. Good ball from Figueiredo, good direct play. Nothing doing though. Change of position for Figueiredo. A right winger seems to be in this second half. An orthodox midfielder in the first half. Here's Tantali. Rijani Nicholas. Twala is there for Eswatini. They hope to strike back and strike back quickly. Do Eswatini. It's a full half's worth of football that's still to be played. Andy Jr. Figueiredo. Gives and goes. Does Senzo Dlamini, or at least intended to do so. So 6 out of the previous 12 campaigns, Madagascar have embraced. They've progressed into the knockout phase. So in essence, they have a 50% hit rate of making it through to the semi-finals. For a smaller football nation, by all due respect, that's a nation punching above its weight. Can they progress into the knockout stage for the 7th time in their COSAFA Cup history? Aro Hasina was held on to by Ndukozempi as the goal scorer of the first half. Nomena drills it in there. Dlamini gathers it the second time of asking, rolls it out to Figueiredo. Captain got lucky there. Figueiredo is still on the turf. Crucial touch that was from Nkonto, but a crucial steal, equally so by Nicholas Rijani. He's going to make his way into the box now. It might find him. Ndukozempi is there for Eswatini. He's needed to be. It was a desperate situation. They were open, they were carved open there. Need to be careful there. Don't want to be biting at a player's heels in the box. With VAR watching on very closely. All these players are under the microscope. Twala not at all happy with the challenge from Aro Hasina. And that's a nasty challenge. From behind, Studs was showing, caught him on the calf. At least a booking. But a booking that Aro Hasina escapes. But it always looks uglier, nastier on the slow motion replay. Goes without saying that Eswatini cannot afford to concede a second. Senzo Dlamini taking the risk by nodding it back to his goalkeeper, Dlamini. Twala. Felix Badenost. Junior Sikonze. Senzo Dlamini has really grown into this match. Justice Figueiredo is going to deliver immediately, not even taking the time to venture a little bit closer to the box to deliver, decide to deliver from all the way out in that position. And so it made it easier for the Madagascans. Here's Nomena, expecting to play a little bit deeper in the midfield, just to shore things up at the back or in and around the defensive zone for Madagascar. But their number 9, Razafimaro, has taken a knock. Had one shining moment in the first half. Need to really unveil his true colours, his true potential in this match and in this year's COSAFA Cup. Zinisa to the captain of the first half, Andy Jr. Madagascar always seem to steal it in promising zones on the field. Taki. Clever ball, clever take. Chance. Chance blocked by Senzo Dlamini. Madagascar want a corner kick and they can't believe they haven't got it. Figueiredo seems to be the out ball for Eswatini. It's a bit unlucky. Came off the heel of Felix Baardenost. Lucky break for Madagascar. But in this game, in competitions like this one, you create your own slice of luck. And it might just be their day. It might just be Madagascar's tournament. It's too early to say still. Let's see what can come of this situation, though, for Eswatini. Felix Baardenost gave it back to his captain, now Twala. Should have gone forwards more quicker, but they do now. And they move it swiftly. But now it's moving backwards. They still have it, though, which is a positive for the King's Shield. Senzo Dlamini. Figueiredo. And all of the space has dissipated, but Figueiredo can always create a pocket of space. He's created a free kick chance with a simple drop of the shoulder maneuver. Andy Jr. has put his hand up to take this free kick for Eswatini. The delivery needs to be absolutely precise. Dukuzempi had that one massive chance in the first half via a corner kick from Andy Jr. This time around, Eswatini's number 11 is going to take this free kick, and he takes it too close to the goalkeeper. Zinisa did really well there to keep the move alive, to keep the attacking chance still there. Felix Baardenost nearly took it down from his chest. Senzo Dlamini again. Eswatini are starting to pile on the pressure. They've got the opportunity and the option now to go longer, more direct, because of their captain that's been brought into the contest, Zinisa. But can they find him? Can Twala find him? Can't find Andy Jr. for now, who returns the favor. Nkonto. Loose touch from Andy Jr. Toki. Niena waiting for support. His captain is very much available. Hosina. Chance still for Cristiano, for Madagascar. Crowded out, and then his captain can't connect. Missed chance for Madagascar, and they committed some members forwards, and that should be a yellow card against Tantali. Put his arm across the face of Justice Figueiredo. That was the earlier chance for Hosina after Cristiano found a pass to him. Hosina couldn't latch on. Free kick again. Nkonto picking up the scraps, bodied off the ball. That's going to be a yellow card to Raza Fimaro. Two number 9s going at it. Very late. And not at all interested in dispossessing Nkonto Tabo. Toldo was busy organizing his defensive unit. Toldo Ramandim Bisoa in the Madagascar goal. To concede in this year's COSAFA Cup, and he'll hope to continue that record. He will be tested in the second half, one would think. A little bit more than what he was in the first. That's if Eswatini can keep this effort up. One hour on the clock. One goal separating these two nations. Eswatini hoping to clap back. Decent attempt! Stunning goal! Stunning goal! Eswatini are back in the contest, courtesy of a ripper, an absolute ripper from Andy Jr. That's exactly the kind of goal that this game was crying out for. He was the captain in the first half. He relinquished his captain's responsibilities in the second half, but he took charge of that free kick. And he has just scored Eswatini's first goal of the 2025 COSAFA Cup, and probably the best goal of the tournament so far, from a direct free kick. That's magic. That's exactly what Eswatini required. And they will definitely have received some cheers from Tanzania. They are very unhappy with that call as well. Zinisa thought it was a good one, thought it was clean. Not to be. He's ready to go have a run at the defense. That time around was Zinisa. But now this game has become a lot more interesting. Figueiredo, great touch. Zinisa is in close support. Figueiredo still. Felix Badenhorst in the box. Justice Figueiredo. Across the face, he tries to go. But in the way, proudly stands Claude Ratsimbazafi from Madagascar, who have been rattled. Really rattled by Eswatini. I suspected in the first half that we might witness a stunner, and that was a real stunner of a goal from Junior. Can they double up? Can they snatch the lead after being behind for the first hour of this game? Now Madagascar would just want to compose themselves. It's a really good header one. Gives Mzinisa a chance, a sniff. Felix Badenost again is in the box. He wins the header, does Badenost. Not falling kindly for Twala, though. The Croatian boss, Zdravko Lokarusic, liking what he is seeing. There's Tantali. That's a foul on Cristiano Razafimana. Ball was moving, so it's going to be retaken. For the Eswatini players and their supporters at home, they have not seen the King's Shield go beyond the group stage since 2022 in the COSAFA Cup. And if they were to qualify for the knockouts this year, it would be the 11th time they have done so, which is a great record, better than most. They've still got a job to do here against Madagascar. Possible attempt from Nomena. He's already scored, so he's riding a big wave of confidence. It's balanced beautifully, this affair in Group C. It's a bitterly cold afternoon in Bloemfontein. But it's a football match that has definitely warmed every person that have made their way into the ground. Senzo Dlamini with a wayward touch. Dukozempi is out of position. Twala isn't. It's going to be an Eswatini throw-in, or so I thought initially. Instead, it's a Madagascar ball. Thought it might have taken a little nick off Rakotoson, but no. Eswatini made a double substitution at the start. It's going to make another. This time Madagascar going to make theirs.
And number 10, out. And in, number 15.
So it's a midfield change and an attack up top.
And number 19,
the captain losing his place. Relinquishing his place to two youngsters. So let's see what Michael Prosper, Rakoto Harimanana can produce. Can he make an instant impact? Maybe. That was Toki, though. Real close chance. That would have been a cracker, too, if it found the back of the net. The touch set it up. It was a hooked volley by Toki. Dlamini gives it away. Madagascar have the numbers. Not anymore. Cristiano. Razafimanana can't find his teammate in the box. Gets another opportunity, though. Plays it to Rakotori Asoa. Dlamini has it. Let's see what Eswatini can produce on the other end. That's a bruising blow. Right in the tummy region, I think, of Andy Jr. So he's going to be winded for a few seconds. And he's just down, catching his breath. It's been a breathless second half so far. And that one would have rattled the ribcage. The scorer of a spectacular free kick goal, Andy Jr. As you can see, it's raining now in Bloemfontein, just to add another layer of intrigue. It's cold, it's wet, the pressure is on. It's got all the makings for a dramatic fight to start the day off. Here's Tantali. Toki Cristiano hammers it wide. Just 20 minutes to go. Chances still coming in thick and fast. Madagascar knowing full well that a goal would take them back to a powerful position in this group. Zinisa. Justice Figueiredo kills the ball. Junior Sikonze. Sends with Lamini, Justice Figueiredo. Junior Sikonze slipped in the crucial moment. Twala loses out to Toki Niena. Toki Niena goes to the substitute. Makoto Ariosa, now Cristiano. Watched all the way by Sainzo Dlamini. Justice Figueiredo gets past two. But not again, not past Nomena Lelena on the second time of asking. Tantali. Nomena. Felix Badenost can't get a toe in. It's Tantali once more. He's on the overlap. Cristiano wants to go for glory, and he does Cristiano Razafi-Manana. Very far off the target. But he's starting to occupy the gaps. Is Cristiano Razafi-Manana. Andy Jr. to Mkonto. Here's Mkonto. Good ball back to Andy Jr. And he was angling it up towards Felix Badenost, who was ready to pounce. They settle for a corner kick. Andy Jr. again taking this corner kick. Lacking the legs though. Bicycle kick back into the mix by Twala. It's a shanked up and under by Mkonto. But Eswatini sweep up. Figueiredo, his captain, is on the move. Really wanted the pass. And that's a bit of a nothing ball. In all of the 28 years of the captivating COSAFA Cup, Eswatini and Madagascar have never won this competition before. They've never featured in a final before. This year might just be the best opportunity they've had to do so. One of them are going to have to face off against one of the historically dominant nations in this competition when the semi-finals come around. But their attention remains on this clash. On this cannot lose clash. Konto. Junior Sikonze. Madagascar have been semi-finalists 3 times before throughout the history of the COSAFA Cup. In 2008, 2015 and 2018, when they lost to the most successful nation that has ever stepped foot in the COSAFA Cup, they being the Copper Bullets of Zambia. Semi-final appearances are hard to come by. Can be out of your reach for years before an exciting generation comes along, and Madagascar and Eswatini definitely have that generation wearing their colors this year. Nearly broke for either Felix Badenost or Senzo Dlamini. Here's Figueiredo though. Can't help but feel that there's a winner in this game. Zinisa was pushed from the back. There was a time in this competition during which Eswatini qualified for 6 successive knockout appearances. That's 6 years in a row, from 1999 to 2004. From 2016 to 2021, Eswatini also had an equally impressive team, but never a competition-winning team. They hope to travel as far as they possibly can. And it's him again. It's Andy Jr. again for Eswatini. This time from a different angle, an angle that doesn't favor him to go for goal directly, although you're never sure. There's a good reason as to why those tall centre halves have made their way into the box. There's a lengthy delay here, just to amplify the angst. Junior, again for Eswatini, great ball from him, it's glassed on by Justice Figueiredo. And the call goes in favor of Eswatini. Had to adjust his body, Justice Figueiredo. And it came off Nicholas Rajaniaina last. Another corner kick chance. Back into the mix. Crucial touch, and then the second even more so by Nicholas Rajaniaina. There's only the one final match heading your way later today. As soon as this Group C matchup runs its course, Comoros and Botswana will enter the picture in what is an all-Group D affair. And that Group D is in a very similar state to how Group C looked at the start of the day. Comoros are top of that group after trumping Zambia, so they too are a win away from semi-final qualification. They will come up against an always competitive Botswana. Botswana side making their debut in the 2025 COSAFA Cup. So stay tuned for that bout and stay tuned for the remainder of this one, as Sambulo comes on to replace Justice Figueiredo. Another double change for Madagascar as well. Asafi Manana comes off. Rantemana comes on for them. one of the two changes. It's happening very quickly on the bench, which tells you that these two coaching staffs are not going to settle. These two sets of players are not going to settle for a point apiece. They might be forced to do so in the end, but the fight will go on until the final whistle. Nomena, the goal scorer, with an unforced error, granting Eswatini a route out of their half. A route that they take through Dlamini, Zinisa, Twala. Eswatini starting to commit more bodies in the opposition's box. Felix Bardenos tries to knock it to his captain, and Zinisa fails to do so. Twala, Zinisa, Twala. Goes into the box, and it's meat and drink for Toldo. Ramindim Basua. This present match and the 11th match of this COSAFA Cup is in actual fact the 6th meeting between these two nations in this competition. And get this, Eswatini have defeated Madagascar 3 times before. King Shield have also never lost to Madagascar in the COSAFA Cup before. Will their record, their head-to-head record, stay intact? Madagascar have 10 minutes plus stoppage time to change it, to conjure up their first ever victory against Eswatini in the famous COSAFA Cup. Nicholas Rajaniena. Second bicycle kick of the day. Dlamini knocks it towards Felix Bardenost. The front two of Felix Bardenost and Zinisa has really worked well in this second half for Eswatini. It was a change of system, a change of tactical ploy by their coach, Zdravko Lokarusic. As for him, the coach of Madagascar, Felix Rakontandrabe, he's hoping that his troops can find a way through for the second time in this match. Eswatini have proven that they are worthy dance partners, but they too are serious contenders at this year's COSAFA Cup. It's tough conditions to play in. The pressure can be suffocating and paralyzing for some players. There was an elbow there apparently from Andy Jr. As you can see, an elbow in the mouth, catching Rakotoson. Tantali in space, delivers a good delivery. Eswatini do just about enough. And here's another chance though. Dlamini had to dive across to his left-hand side. And Konto could only travel so far with it. Not the kind of attempt that Nomena Lelena was hoping for. Dlamini hangs it up there. No one takes responsibility in the Madagascan box. For Eswatini, though, it was only Nzinisa that was in the mix. Rijani Aina. Dukozempi sticks it out into touch. Madagascar's longest ever winning run in the COSAFA Cup has only ever been a run of 2 matches that they have won successively. And they are trying to match that statistic all the way back from the 2008 edition, when they traveled all the way to the last 4. The last 4 being their target once more. And it's highly possible, especially in a 3-nation group. As things stand, Tanzania will bow out of the competition, because Madagascar will then end on 4 points, and Tanzania still locked on 0, which makes it mathematically impossible for them going into the final day. But it's a useful result for both these 2 teams. Although Madagascar would have wanted to wrap up proceedings, they wanted to secure their semi-final place and become the first team to qualify for the semi-finals in this year's competition, and they may still do so. Anything can happen at this stage of the contest. It's either going to be Tantali or Nomena, but usually it's the player that puts down the ball, which is Nomena. Watch the flight of the ball all the way. Did Dlamini. Kicks it out of his hands. Madagascar, Nomena tries to keep it in. Eswatini are currently in the midst, in the chokehold of 6 games without a win in the COSAFA Cup. It's an unwanted record, a record they want to end today, or at least on Wednesday, when this group will reach its conclusion. What can come of this moment for Madagascar? Shot blocked by Mabelesa. Tantali. Cycled out to Nicholas Rijani. The referee has awarded a free kick. No protests from Mkonto. Stuck his arm out there. He's just protecting himself. But his hand did deny the ball from entering the box, therefore denying an opportunity for Madagascar. With 1 goal, Madagascar can knock out Eswatini in what is only their first match of the competition. They beat Tanzania. Can they clinch a late winner here? Or can Eswatini fend them off and clinch a late winner themselves to blow this group wide open? All eyes on this chance. He went directly for goal, and it sailed over the crossbar of Dlamini. Another Madagascan change. Fresh legs, energy, creative ideas, new ideas. Might just be the undoing. Toki Niena enters the mix and takes the place of the goal scorer, Nomena. And the other goal scorer also comes off the field of play. Junior replaced by Alake Ndluli.
Going out and coming on, number 19, Alake Ndluli.
So let's see what Ndluli can offer. Just like this match, just like today, tomorrow is another vital day in the COSAFA Cup. Tomorrow is the day that Group A and Group B announce 2 semi-finalists. And in those 2 groups, it's anyone's guess as to who might take up the mantle of 2025 COSAFA Cup semi-finalists. South Africa meet Mauritius at 3 o'clock on this very turf. Mozambique will hope to get the job done when they encounter Zimbabwe at the Toyota Stadium, just up the road. And at 6 o'clock tomorrow, Namibia hope to offer a much improved display against Lesotho, while defending champions Angola will take on a tricky prospect in the shape of Malawi. As 3 minutes have just been announced for stoppage time. Not a lot of time. We've seen 5 minutes and plus for the most part of this year's COSAFA Cup. Only 3 minutes for a winner to be found. Maybe. Senzo Dlamini, what a pass, what a cross! The striker, woeful one, a poor one from Nzinza. Felix Bardenos has been so good with those touches. And Senzo Dlamini has had a really good second half display. Zinisa tried to shave across the ball and shaved too much. Here's Tantali. Is there a late winner to be found now for Madagascar? It could be, you know. Eswatini are on the ropes. Opportunity, massive save. And then the side netting is rattled. That's a COSAFA Cup defining save by Dlamini. Not a whole lot of power on the strike, but there was enough on it. And Dlamini needed to get down low, needed to stick out a big right paw. That's good goalkeeping, to keep your focus so late on into the match. Dlamini goes down when perhaps he shouldn't have. Less than a minute to go. Remember that Madagascar will be mere watchers from the sideline when Eswatini face off against the Tanzanians on Wednesday afternoon. And there will be a lot of pride at stake in that final Group C match. If this match ends 1-1, Eswatini have to beat Tanzania in order to give themselves any kind of shot. And if they do, it will go down to goal difference. That is unless a winner can be found here with 10 seconds to go. Only 10 seconds. The countdown is on for Madagascar and for Eswatini. They wanted to become semi-finalists today, and they will have to settle with a draw and wait for Wednesday afternoon. The plot thickens in Group C. It is far from decided in Group C. It ends 1-1 between Madagascar and Eswatini. The group phase will officially meet its end on Wednesday afternoon, after which we will all take a collective breath. 10 teams will head back home, while the remaining 4 teams will fight it out for regional success, for the tag of COSAFA Cup champions. And Twala has been awarded the HollywoodBets COSAFA Cup Player of the Match, with a really good display in a lot of different facets in this contest.
Against
1
The semi-finals are scheduled to kick off and take Bloemfontein by storm on Friday. So set your reminders for that. And set your reminders for Wednesday afternoon's clash between Eswatini and Tanzania. Only after that match will we be able to know who will progress from Group C to the Final Four. It's bound to be an exhilarating end off to this competition after a rather slow beginning. And full time here at the Dr. Petrus Molimela Stadium in the first match of the afternoon. It's 1-1 between Madagascar and Eswatini. That is the way it ends. And it was a tale of two halves. That's what the stats tell us. Despite the fact that Madagascar scored in the first half and Eswatini scored in the second. And don't forget, there's another contest that's going to kick off at 6 o'clock. Group D leaders, Comoros face the two-time runners-up Botswana in Group D. That Group D could also be decided today. Remember, if Comoros win, then they will become the first semi-finalists at this year's COSAFA Cup. The chance was there for Madagascar, but they failed to take it. And this is the state of affairs in Group C. Tanzania have been knocked out of the competition. Eswatini and Tanzania will go toe-to-toe on Wednesday afternoon. Madagascar have wrapped up, completed their COSAFA Cup group adventure, so they will be mere spectators when Eswatini clash with Tanzania, hoping that Eswatini do not win that game. Remember, if Eswatini win that contest against Tanzania by more than one goal, they will progress by virtue of a superior goal difference. But they need to win their next game, Eswatini. So it's going to be so interesting to see who progresses, not only from this group, but Group D, Group A and B as well. And we will find that out tomorrow afternoon. Not a lot of goals were scored at the other stadium, but we've witnessed quite a bit of action at the Dr. Petrus Molimela Stadium. There were 4 goals scored yesterday by the Angolans and 1 apiece by Madagascar and Eswatini. A true reflection of the state of the game. Madagascar won, Eswatini won. It was a really good watch. It took the game a while to get going. Madagascar fought hard for the opener, and their captain, Nomena Lalena, produced the opener for them. As for Eswatini, Andy Jr. scored a stupendous free kick equalizer. And if you missed it, I'm terribly sorry for you. But it's going to be interesting to see now, to hear what the coaches have to say of both Madagascar and Eswatini.
I'm now joined by the coach of Eswatini, Coach Zdravko Lugarušić. Coach, first match of the game of the tournament, 1 point. How important was it, and how did you see the match?
First, we played against very well organized team, which showed the reason why they are here. Now let's focus for the second game. We pick up the point. I think draw is fair result. They had their chances, we have our chances, and the draw is for the moment fair result. How to say? Let's go for the next game. The draw is there, but we were down goal. Now we are draw. Let's see what's happened. We need to win, I think, again 2 goals extra if it's possible. If it's not possible, we have to go home. That means we don't deserve to go further.
And Coach, looking at this tournament, how important is it for Eswatini to be here?
We came here to win the tournament. That's our wish. That's the reason why we are here. But it's not easy way to come up there. This is our first game, 3 games more. Let's try to win next 3 games. We draw this one. Now I have to say this is our 7th game. We have 3 wins, 3 draws, 1 lost. Let's try to win next game if it's possible to have positive result. But today I think draw was fair result. We play against very well organized team, very good team. And let's see what future will bring.
Thank you, Coach, and all the best in your next game.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And here's coach of Madagascar, Coach Kho. Coach, Coach, 1-1 draw. What does it mean for your team?
Donc un match nul aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce que cela représente pour l'équipe?
Ben, écoutez, nous avons fait 2 matchs, donc on a pris 4 points. C'est vrai qu'on aurait pu gagner le match, mais voilà, c'est l'expérience aussi. Donc en plus en face, c'est une bonne équipe. Moi, je pense que les deux équipes chacun leur temps fort. Donc, la première mi-temps, c'était pour eux. Et heureusement qu'on a pu marquer un but à la fin de la première mi-temps. Mais en deuxième mi-temps, on aurait dû tuer le match. Mais dommage, on n'arrive pas à concrétiser notre occasion. Donc voilà.
Yeah, he says that it was a very nice game today, very tough against a good opponent. He says that they played two games and with 4 points, he's more or less satisfied about what his players produced during those 2 games. Now he has to wait, and he says that the first half was at the advantage of Eswatini, but they managed to put a goal. And then they could have done better in the second half. They got the ball to kill the match, but his players were unable to put it inside the net. And yeah, he's more or less satisfied about what he did today.
Okay, thank you, coach, and good luck.
Bonne chance.
Thank you. Merci.
Points that you got from Zambia. Now you're facing another team that's starting the tournament, Botswana. What can we expect?
Donc vous avez eu 3 points pour le premier match. Là vous allez affronter le Botswana. Que peut-on attendre des Comores aujourd'hui?
Il essaie de faire un bon match. Hein.